Hello and welcome to CMS Forex News. I'm market analyst Nick Nassad. Today's Thursday, September 17, 2009. The euro-dollar pair hit a new high for the week and pushed within 1 cent of the highest in a year, reaching the 1.4765 area overnight. The euro slipped then prior to the New York Open, rebounded on better U.S. data, but then fell again as U.S. stocks fell into the red around noon New York time. The gains this week have been incremental in the pair, and so far have conformed to an upward channel. In the U.S., the number of Americans filing first-time claims for jobless benefits fell by 12,000 to 545,000 for the week ended September 12th. The figure was better than expected and is a sign that the pace of job firings is slowing. The total number of people collecting unemployment benefits rose to 6.23 million. The number of housing starts in the U.S. increased to 598,000 annual rate in August, from an upwardly revised 589,000 pace in July, a level that matched economists' forecasts and is the highest level in 9 months. However, looking deeper into the data, it shows that home builders broke ground on fewer single-family homes as the government's tax credit for first-time buyers is approaching its expiration. In a third release, the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index increased 4.2 points in August to 14.1 for this month. It's the highest reading since June of 2007 and the second consecutive positive reading. New orders remain positive for a second straight month, while current shipments jumped 8 points and have now increased 18 points over the last 2 months. Those are all welcome signs that add evidence to a U.S. recovery. The dollar-yen pair rose to test its high for this week near the 91.65 area. That broke a downward sloping line of resistance, which the pair then retested. The pair has set up levels of support and resistance for this week. We will see if we see sideways trading in the coming sessions or a break of these levels. In Japan, the Bank of Japan upgraded its assessment of the economy, saying that the economy is showing signs of recovery from its assessment last month that the economy had stopped worsening. However, policymakers are concerned about the strength of any recovery and see downside risks. Bank of Japan Governor Masaki Shirakawa told reporters that while the government has helped to stimulate domestic demand with tax cuts, that the bank's policymakers are concerned about the strength of private final demand after those effects fade. 2 reports from Japan were also rather positive. The Business Survey Index of Sentiment among large manufacturers rose to 15.5 in the 3 months to September, compared with the previous quarter when it was negative 13.2. The index measures the percentage of firms that expect the business environment to improve minus the percent that expect it to worsen, and shows that overall, manufacturers have turned optimistic as the Japanese economy came out of its recession. A second report showed that the services sector in Japan grew by 0.6% in July, which matched expectations. The euro-yen pair rose higher today, breaking resistance at 134.30. That put the pair at its highest since the end of August. Most of the gains came from a slide in the pair to the intraday after a slide in the pair to an intraday low at 133.40. From here, the pair got a boost from higher stocks in the US, which boosted risk appetite. However, stocks gave up their gains in afternoon New York trading, which stalled the pair's rise at the 134.75 area. In the UK, retail sales stalled in August, showing a flat reading, while July's increase was revised down to show an increase of only 0.2%. Consumers are worried about unemployment increasing, which was confirmed in data yesterday as the unemployment rate hit a 14-year high. A second report showed out of the 555 UK manufacturers responding to the CBI's latest monthly industrial trends survey, 8% of firms described the volume of their total order books as above normal, while 56% said they were below normal, giving a net balance of negative 48%. That was a slight improvement on the balance of negative 54% in August, but is the 15th consecutive month where a negative balance has been recorded. The pound-dollar pair extended its counter-rally following the steep fall to start the week. Though today's fundamental data wasn't that bright, it did show an increase in factory orders, as the CBI index did improve to its highest level since January. Greenback weakness also remains in the markets as well. The pound hit 1.6566 in overnight trading, but then fell in New York trading on the back of falling U.S. stocks and an increase in risk aversion. That violated a short-term upward sloping line of support in the pair. The euro-pound pair extended its rally, moving above the 0.8950 level. There are concerns that the UK economy is still fragile and that the central bank may still choose to expand its asset purchase program. The increase in risk aversion during late New York trading also benefited the euro in this pair. Turning to Switzerland, the Swiss National Bank concluded its interest rate meeting today and held rates steady at 0.25% in order to maintain its expansionary monetary policy. The bank said that despite encouraging signs, uncertainty still remains. The bank did increase its forecast for inflation and the economy and said that it would continue to act decisively to prevent any appreciation of the Swiss franc against the euro. The euro-Swiss franc pair had a volatile session today, climbing to a new 3-week high prior to the SNB announcement, but then the pair fell in favor of the Swiss franc afterwards. The slide broke through the 61.8% retracement of the recent up move as the bank increased its forecast for inflation and the economy. Canadian consumer prices were flat on the month in August, a figure that was lower than expected. On the year, prices are down 0.8%, following a 0.9% decline in July. The importance here is that the Bank of Canada has said that they would keep interest rates at a record low of 0.25% through June 2010 unless the inflation outlook changes. In a second release from Canada, the index of leading indicators rose 1.1% in August, the largest increase since April of 2002. Factors like a better housing market and higher stocks added to the increase. The US dollar-Canadian dollar pair fell overnight, with the loonie strengthening to an 11th-month high against the greenback. The loonie is benefiting from speculation that the global recession is over, which encourages investors to seek higher returns and benefits commodity currencies. The greenback recovered, however, some of its losses in later trading to trade around the day's high, which happened to be around yesterday's low. Looking at the releases that finish off the week, overnight we get producer price data from Germany, money supply figures from the UK, and the Eurozone current account. Tomorrow there's only one major release, and that is the Canadian wholesale sales. And that wraps up today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us here at cmsfx.com, and happy trading.